Hello, Eric. This is Alyssa with Patriot Marketing, and we had reached out to you earlier today and promised this free video. So anyways, here it is. I am going to keep it short and sweet, and I just wanted to show you a few tips that you could really use to maximize your online presence. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. First of all, wanted to let you know a couple of things that I liked about your website. I liked these pictures of you guys doing your work, that kind of going back and forth. That's always nice. It kind of has some examples of the kind of work that you do here, and such. There's also the click to call up here that definitely helps with converting people over as clients. You can kind of find that out later. But anyways, some things that I did notice that about your website that I would suggest was maybe moving this request a quote up here, because people aren't always going to scroll all the way to the bottom to look for that. So it's good to have that towards the top, because that will definitely help with more conversions. But the main thing I wanted to focus on was the amount of content here. So my first main tip would be the content. And content is anything that I can highlight, whether it be pictures or text. In this case, I'd be talking about the text because I feel like you have a lot of good pictures here. But with the text, the reason why you want a lot is because you can rank for different keywords. Keywords, for example, epoxy flooring San Diego. There's a lot of keywords and a lot of search volume to be had per month. There's 820 per month for your area and the field of work that you're working in, that you're not getting because you aren't ranking for those keywords in order to be found. And it's really important to put yourself in that position so that people can find you. Because when they search these keywords, you don't come up since you're not ranking for that particular keyword. So, even like just epoxy flooring San Diego has a search volume of 150 per month that you could be getting. But the way that you would put yourself in a position to be found would be having a website with a lot of content containing the keywords that you want and need to be found for. So I would actually, add more of this more content about your guys' business on here, with those keywords in there, and even going as far as even saving some of these images as those keywords as well, so that they can start to count towards content towards your website. It's a really sneaky way to put those keywords in there without actually putting it in your text, and I did not mean to click on that. But anyways, yeah, no, even saving these here, or saving the image as that and then re-uploading it to your website is a good way to sneak those keywords in there. And the reason, why this is all, that content and those keywords are super important is because when Google crawls your site, they see that not only do you have that content, but you also have the keyword verbatim within your content, and it allows you to rank faster and more efficiently because Google feels like the more content that you have, the more likely you are to be an expert in your field. And Google's whole goal is that when somebody searches for any given keyword, that they are actually getting that information that they need. So basically, the long story short, the more content you have with those keywords in there, the more likely you're able to be found. And because Google wants to ensure that everyone searching on their platform gets that information quickly and efficiently. So that is my first tip. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my second tip. And that would be to build upon this Google business profile here. Be really giving yourself a chance to get as much traffic as possible. And what I mean by that is when people search for any given keyword, there's a lot of different ways in which that they can convert over as a client. Now, I'm going to go over to this other tab here. It is not your field of work, and it is not in the area that you work. It is roofers for Vancouver. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because it has one of the couple things that I'm actually going to start talking about first. And I just want you to see what they look like. So you have the local ads here that are always located at the top. They capture the people that click on the very first thing that you see. And you can also see that they're guaranteed by Google, and they're guaranteed up to a certain dollar amount. So if something happens or something goes wrong, people who use this would trust that Google will make it right monetarily. They're also really high in conversion rate. When you hover your mouse above these local ads, the drop down shows how many years the company has been in business, and the phone number for the company. So when someone clicks on that and they're already taking the time of day out of their day to call you, they're more likely to convert over as a customer. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about is actually not visible at this point in time. I tried looking for an example of it, but I couldn't find it. But they're just the regular Google ads. They are typically located underneath the local ads. They're just not showing up right now. They actually don't have as high of a conversion rate as the local ads do. However, they have the ability to put your name out there because you can be seen by a lot of different people, as they are located at the top. So they're also a lot cheaper too. So it's just something to keep in mind. I'm going to actually head back over to this other tab because the other stuff is included on this particular tab. So the third thing that I'm going to talk about for expanding your Google business profile would be this Google Map hack here. So the people who search this way, they want to see a company that is local and in the area. I am actually one of these people. I always like to see how far away I am from a certain company when I am searching. That way I kind of know where I'm going if I'm going to travel somewhere. This Google Map Pack is highly important just because people can see where you are. Not only that, but it also pulls a lot of traffic to their website. It can pull up to 80%, in fact. So if we take a look at a keyword with a search volume, let's say 150, you're looking at 120 going straight to these top competitors here. So there goes the majority of that traffic. So moving on now, there's another way that you can actually get traffic to your website, and that is ranking organically. And ranking organically has a pretty simple concept. The higher your ranking in Google, the more traffic you're going to pull to your website. So these people here are doing way better than all the ones down here, and people rarely go to that second page of Google. So that's something to keep in mind. These are all very important, and they're different ways in which people search and in different ways that people pull traffic to their website. But I'm going to move on to my third tip here, and that actually involves with the ranking organically. So how you would rank organically, and this is where we get technical, it would be to actually build the strength of your website. And how you would do that would be adding backlinks and referring domains. I have you pulled up here in this little tool that shows where you're at in your online presence. So backlinks are not all created equal. You want good quality backlinks, not poor quality ones. Those aren't going to do much for you, and it's a waste of time and money to get the poor quality ones. You want the good quality backlinks. Referring domains, the best way to describe a referring domain would be, say you actually, so you do some services for some people, and they decided to blog about the services that you did for them. So, they actually, in that blog, when they do that, they have a link to your website, and that counts as a referring domain. And those referring domains pack a lot of power, and the more power you have here, the higher these numbers are going to be. And you want as high of a number as possible with these, and at a 1-to-1 ratio. So you're at a 3 in UR and 0 in DR with epoxy flooring companies and contractors in general. We actually want to see them in the 20s, 30s, 40s range. and you are not in that range. You have 11 backlinks, 9 referring domains. You're ranking for 88 organic keywords and generating an organic traffic of 13. So you might think that because you're getting traffic that's not too bad, correct? Well, let's take a look at one of your competitors and see how they're doing. So I decided to choose these guys just because they are ranking organically and are number 1. So I thought that their numbers had to be pretty good, and they're probably getting the majority or a lot of the traffic at the very least. So this is their website here. Still not a whole lot of content. Well, they have some. They have more than it looks like what you have here. They have a lot more content on their homepage there. So definitely something to take into consideration. They also have that click to call and such. But if we take a look at where they're at, they have 770 backlinks. I can guarantee you that not all of those are high quality. They have 99 referring domains. They have a UR28 and a DR of 8. Not a 1-to-1 ratio, but in UR they are where we would want to see a contractor or just an epoxy flooring company. They are also ranking for 273 organic keywords and generating an organic traffic of 167. So if we take a look at their organic keywords that they are ranking for, they are ranking for a lot of these service keywords here. And so it's really important to keep in mind that you want to rank for the service keywords, not necessarily just your name, just because of the fact, and we're taking a look at some of these keywords that you're ranking for, just because of the fact, we want, when people are searching for that particular service, they're not going to be looking for your company's name. They're going to be looking for the service keyword. So it's really important to keep in mind that you want to rank for those service ones. There's a lot of different things in which you can do to bump yourself up and increase your online presence. Without that content and that keywords, and without those backlinks and referring domains, you're really limiting yourself in what you can do and the amount of traffic that is coming to your website. The 2 tips that I would really focus on would be the content keywords and also those backlinks and referring domains. I think those are the top 2 important in order to get yourself bumped up with your online presence. I hope that this has been helpful and informative. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to reach out. I would love to chat with you and help you out in any way that I can. Either my husband or I would love to get in touch with you in whatever time fits best for you. So with that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, Eric, and God bless.